G'day everyone, Viv here. I hope you're all keeping well. Welcome back. This is my first battle report for In Her Majesty's Name. It's a Victoriana / steampunk game published by Osprey, and the figures that I'm using are from North Star. You don't get a really good look at the pictures. It's an overhead view. If you want to see the pictures, I'll leave links in the description below to my Facebook page where you can see the images quite clearly and quite nicely. I'm still learning the game, so as such I've cut down the number of models just to one of the leaders and a whole bunch of droogs. This is Servants of Ra versus the Scotland Yard. I've compressed the footage by about half. It was a 1 hour game and I've compressed it down to 25 minutes. I've left the audio where I'm talking through the dice rolls and just running through the numbers so I can get familiar with them, but it is quite quick. So for those people for whom English is not your native language, you may find it difficult to understand. I know that I speak quickly already, and you compress that down again, it's even faster. It might be a bit difficult to understand, so I do apologise for that, but I'll refine my process of making these battle reports as we go through. I've never really done them before, but I'm enjoying this game, and I'm looking forward to playing a lot more of it. Every Tuesday I'll go play at the local game store and see if I can grab some games with people there or get people interested in it. Otherwise, every 2 days or so, I'll play a game against myself, film it, and pop it up on YouTube. This game was a cracker. I really enjoyed it. It's 3 o'clock. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Jesus, I should go to bed. But I'm pumped. It was such a good game. Anyway, here it is. My first battle report, I think, on YouTube. In Her Majesty's Name. Lots more of them coming. I'd appreciate your feedback. I did want to do fancy graphics and all that sort of stuff, but I might worry about that later on. The first sort of half a dozen or so will probably just be like this. Let's get on with it. I hope you enjoy it. I'll catch you next time. See ya. So this is my first battle report for In Her Majesty's Name. You'll notice that it has been sped up, but I've tried to keep it to the point where you can still understand what I'm saying. It was a 1 hour game that I've compressed down into sort of 25 minutes or so I hope it kind of makes sense. You'll see me placing tokens on the board as the game progresses. You don't need those tokens to play a game normally. However, I need those tokens when I'm playing against myself to remember what's going on. Remember how far characters have moved, or whether they've had their turn to shoot, etc. So ignore those tokens on the board. I know it's mildly confusing, but they're there just to help me remember what's going on. Here we go. This is Servants of Ra versus Scotland Yard. Servants of Ra have the initiative for the first turn, so they have started the proceedings, and Scotland Yard are following up. It's an objective-based game. There's 2 chests. They need to get to the chest, search it, and retrieve something back to the centre of their starting line.
The Servants of Ra have no shooting. These guys over here have all ran, and so they can't shoot. Only one of them has a pistol anyway. The guy with the pistol on this side here has nobody in range that he'll be able to shoot at. So we go over now to Scotland Yard. This guy ran, so he can't shoot. This guy here, he will try and have a shot on this guy here. He's a pistol, so it's 9 inch range. He's within range. He did move more than 3 inches, so it's -4 to his roll. And his enemy also moved, so it's -6. No, it's a 1, so it's a fumble. Possibly another 1. Yes, it's a fumble, so his pistol is now useless. Get this guy from here on the hill. He's got a rifle, a carbine. He's going to shoot this guy at the back here with an 18 inch range. Yes, he didn't move more than 3 inches, but his opponent has shots -2. Not enough. This guy's going to try and shoot the guy through the middle here. He's within range. He hasn't moved more than 3. But his opponent has shots -2, +1 for the cover, so -3 to the dice roll. No, no good. There was a 2. This guy here will try and have a shot on this guy here. He's within range. He hasn't moved. That guy has, so it's -2 to the dice roll. That's a natural 10, so it's a success. This guy now needs to make a pluck test, and his pluck is 6. He beats it with an 8, so he's only knocked down. This guy's going to try and have a shot on this guy here as well. 9 inch range. He's within range. Everybody moves, so it's -6, a natural 10. No. This guy will also have a shot. Natural 10. It's 1, so he might fumble if he rolls another 1. No, he's okay. And that's shooting round 1. There is no melee anywhere, so I will go to round 2. Round 2 initiative goes to the Scotland Yard, so they shall go first. This guy here is going to contact this guy. He's within range, so he'll move in. This guy here will engage him. This guy here, because his pistol's not working, he's going to try and engage in close combat. 6-inch move. He makes it. And now this combat splits off. This guy here is going to try and make it towards the objective on this side. He's going to move up just a short distance. I'll activate this guy now, and on this guy here, he shall use Mesmerize, so 12-inch range. He needs to pass a pluck test to be able to cast a special power, a mystical power. On a 2 or more he does. This guy, on his pluck, will be able to pass that, which he does, so nothing happens. He is then going to try and run into combat with that guy there. He can easily make that distance. This guy here shall engage him also. This guy here shall engage him in combat. This guy will move less than 3 up onto the hill over here. This guy that's on the ground will try and get him up and pass on a pluck roll. No. This guy will just follow his friend. This guy here is going to try and get onto the objective if he can, so he shall move here. He's moving more than 3 inches, so it's a move. This guy here shall move less than 3 inches to here. This guy here shall try and swing through the ruins to around here, so 6-inch move. And finally, the consulting detective here will also engage the enemy. That's movement, turn 1, turn 2. So now we'll do shooting, turn 2, with Scotland Yard, who had the initiative. So this guy here is going to try and shoot this guy here with volley fire from this guy here. So he rolls his dice, he hasn't moved, so there's no negative modifiers. This guy here has moved, so it's -2. +1 for his shooting value, and +1 for his weapons, so it's straight dice roll, +1 from this guy. 9, 10, so he hits him. This guy needs to pass a pluck test on a 6 or more. Natural 10, he's fine. But he does go down. Now both those guys have count as shot. This guy will try and return fire on this guy here. He has a pistol, so it's 9 inches range, which he is within range, but he's moved, so it's -4 to his dice roll, +1 for the pistol, so it's -3. This guy has not moved, and he's out in the open, so it's dice -3. 2, a 5, -3, 2 is not enough. This guy here shall try and shoot at him with his rifle. He's certainly going to be within range, easy. So he hasn't moved, he has, it's -2, which is cancelled out from his shooting value plus his rifle's value of 1, so straight up dice. 6 on this guy's armour of 7 is not going to be enough. The only other guy here for the servants of Ra who can shoot is this guy here. He's going to have a tough time trying to see one, so we'll count him as having shot at nobody. Nobody else here can shoot, so that looks like it's the end of shooting for turn 2. So we'll start with Scotland Yard assaults here in turn 2. The detective here will assault him. He has a fighting value of 3, +1 for his martial arts, +1 for this guy, +1 for this guy. So it's dice +6. 6 and 4 is 10 against his armour of 13. It's not enough. So now all 3 of these guys count as having attacked. Okay, so we'll go back. This guy is going to attack the consulting detective. Now he has a fighting value of +4. He has the Kokesh of Osiris, which gives him +2. His fighting value of 4, so it's +4, so he's on 6. Dice roll +6. 7 and 6 is 13. It's certainly good enough to knock this guy down, so we need to pass a pluck test on 2. So he's rolled his pluck test of 2. He's knocked down. Back to the Scotland Yard. We'll now do this assault here. This guy attacking this guy. So his fighting value is 4+. Is a fighting value of 1. He has the electric baton, so that's +2, so dice rolls +2. 9, 10, 11. It's certainly better than his armour. His electric weapon is also -1 pluck, so this guy's pluck is now 7 or more. And he's dead. So servants of Ra, this guy here will now attack him. There's no fighting value, +1 for the club, so dice +1. He'll also use this guy here to help him mob that guy, so it's dice +2. 7, 8, 9. It's good enough to get through this chap's armour over here, so he now needs to take a pluck test, which he fails. And both those guys count as having attacked. That's the end of the assault phase during turn 2. Beginning of turn 3, the initiative roll. 9 + 6. The servants of Ra have the initiative for this turn. So they shall start off with some movement. Firstly, we'll try and get this guy up, so he needs to pass a pluck test on 6 or more, which he does, so he can stand up and now he can act as normal. So he will try and run down here. This guy here doesn't like it, so he's going to attack this guy. Servants of Ra are going to try and get... Actually, they'll use this guy here to search the chest. On 8, 9 or 10, he doesn't find what they're looking for. So he's found what they're looking for. So he's retrieved something from the chest. This guy here is going to... He's going to assault this guy around the corner here to prevent him from being able to search the chest. This guy here is going to assault him. We will try and get our Fearless Commander up off of the ground, pass a pluck test on 2 or more, which he does easily. And he shall engage him. Imhotep will not move. This guy will not move. This guy over here will not move. This guy here will not move. This guy here shall assault this guy here. Now this combat breaks off. And that's all our turns for our turn 3 movement. Turn 3 shooting. Oh, we did forget one person over here. This chap, we shall get him up. No, he stays on the ground. Okay, so turn 3 shooting, we start with these guys here. This chap here shall try and have a shot at this guy over the barrel here. He's going to be within range. He has not moved, so there's no dice modifiers. He has no shooting value, so it's only +1 from the pistol. This guy until the hill didn't move in, so it's dice +1. 9, 10. It's enough to get through this guy's armour here, so he needs to make a pluck roll. 5 or more on this guy here. He's past it, so he's knocked down. This guy is not too impressed about it, so he's going to try and shoot back. Again, there's no modifiers because he hasn't moved. This guy hasn't moved. He has 1 point for the cover that he's behind, so it's dice -1, +1 for his rifle, so it's equal, +1 for his fighting value. Dice +1. 4, +1, 5 is not enough. There's no other shooting for the Servants of Ra, so the turn shall come back to Scotland Yard. There's no other shooting for Scotland Yard, so that's the end of shooting for turn 3. So our assaults in turn 3, starting with our initiative holder, the Servants of Ra. We might try this guy here, we'll try and club this guy here with his club. He has no fighting value, so it's dice +1 for the club. 1, that's a fumble, natural, but he's fine. So we'll come to Scotland Yard now. Now this guy didn't really like that, so he's going to try and club him back. He is carrying a electric trudgeon, so +1 for the trudgeon, +1 for his fighting value plus dice. So it's a 1, it's a natural fumble, but he doesn't lose control of the weapon. We'll try and attack the detective here, so our little pleb with his club, it's dice +1. -3, it's not enough. Our detective didn't like that, so he's going to fight back. Now, he's +3 for his fighting value, +3 for the fight value, +1 for martial arts, so it's dice +4. 2 and 6. Ooh, it's not enough to get through that guy's armour, that's unfortunate. So, Imhotep here is going to attack this guy here with his Kapesh. Now, he has a fighting value of 4, so he's going to use 2 points of fighting value, plus the 2 points from the Kapesh, plus his dice roll to attack this guy here. 8 is +4 is 12, it's enough to break this guy's armour. He needs to pass a pluck test on 5 or more, which he does, so he goes down. He's also now going to attack this guy because he still has 2 fighting points remaining, plus his 2 for his Kapesh, so again it's dice +4. 8, it's enough. This guy needs to make a pluck test. He does pass, so he goes down. Now our brave constable here is going to fight the guy who was searching the chest. So he has his trudgeon, so it's +1, his fighting value of +1, so dice +2. 5 is not going to be enough. This guy didn't like it, so he's going to fight back against the sergeant, and this guy's going to help him mob him. So he has no weapon, he's only carrying a pistol, so it's just straight dice, +1 from this guy. It's a natural 10, brilliant. This guy needs to pass a pluck test on a 6 or more, 5 or more, which he does, he passes that, so he goes down. And both of these guys count as having assaulted. And that looks like all of our assaults during turn 3. So turn 4, initiative. It's a draw. Goes again to the Servants of Ra. So, things are not looking good so far for the detective. They've got multiple people down, and these guys are down. So the first thing they're trying to do is get this guy up on a pluck test. He needs a 6 or more. He doesn't, so he stays down on the ground. Scotland Yard will try and get this guy up off of the ground, and he needs to make a pluck test on a 5 or more, which he does, so he gets up. And knowing that time is short, he's going to make a run down to this chest, which he can get to. This guy knows that he's going to be in trouble if he doesn't get out of there, and he's got the treasure that they came looking for, so he's going to try and retreat back. To here, with the treasure. He needs to get back to this point here in the middle of the board. And that counts as a big, massive run. Scotland Yard will try and get this guy up on a pluck test, which he passes. And that's it. This guy here is going to try and disengage from combat, so he can do that if he passes a pluck test, which he does not, so he's stuck in combat with this guy here. Scotland Yard will remain in combat here, this guy will stay there, this guy will stay there. Scotland Yard will try and get this guy up off of the ground, which he does, and he shall stay there and fight Imhotep. Imhotep shall remain there and fight him. This guy they'll try and get up off of the ground, which they do, so he shall remain there and fight with Imhotep as well. This guy will stay here, so will the detective, and that looks like all the turns for movement during turn 4. So shooting, turn 4, initiative is with the Servants of Ra. Now, it doesn't look like, again, that there's any possible shooting. They're either in combat. There is one option. This guy here is going to try and shoot this guy with his pistol. So it's +1. That's all I can see happening here, dice +1. And it's a fight going on, so it's -4, so dice -3. No, he's missed. Excuse me. So now we randomise 1 to 5, 6 to 10. So he hits this guy here. Now it's just a normal dice roll of dice +1. 5, 6. It's not enough to beat his armour, so that's very lucky. This guy's a little bit unhappy about it, but because his pistol is broken, he can't shoot back. So we'll worry about somebody else for the moment. Shooting for these guys, yes, very important. Here we go. Up on the hill, Scotland Yard knows that this guy's trying to get away with the treasure. So he hasn't moved, so it's a straight up shot. So dice +1 for his shooting value, +1 for his rifle is +2. This guy ran, so it's -2. Let me just quickly check this. So it's -3 because this guy ran. So it'll normally be dice +2, now it's dice -1. 4 is not going to cut it. So this guy's shot, and unfortunately, it looks like he might get away next turn. That's about it for the shooting phase of turn 4. During the assault phase of turn 4, Servants of Ra have the initiative, so this guy who shot at the sergeant before but didn't do anything, missed him in fact, and almost shot his friend, he's going to attack him again with his friend helping to mob him. Actually, we'll do it the other way around. Actually, this guy is going to attack the sergeant with his friend's help, so it's dice +1 for his club, +1 for his friend, so it's dice +2. It's a natural 10, so it's a success. This guy needs to pass a pluck test on a 6 or more, which he does luckily, but he goes down. So both of those guys now count as having acted. Scotland Yard. We'll try and get this assault out of the way here. This branch constable is going to try and take this guy out. So he has a fighting value of +1, plus his trudging is +2, so dice +2. 7, 8, 9. It's enough to beat this guy's coat armour. His armour is normally 7, so that beats it. His pluck, -1. 7, 6. He beats his pluck, but he still goes down. Now, Servants of Ra. Our poor little man here will try and attack the consulting detective with his club, so it's dice +1. This guy has the erudite wit, so he can confuse him, so it's straight up dice. 1, he's failed, he's fumbled, but everything is okay. So this guy didn't like it, he's going to fight back. Fighting value of 3, +1 for martial arts, and dice +4, it's a natural 10. This guy here, this guy needs to pass a pluck test on a 6 or more, which he has, so everything is okay, but he goes down. Now, he's going to try and wipe these two guys out again. Imhotep's going to attack this guy here. He's normally got a fighting value of 4. He's going to use 2 of them, plus the 2 points for his Kapesh. So it's dice +4, it's easy. This guy here, his pluck roll -2, 3, -2 is 1, dead. He still has 2 points of fighting value left, so he's going to use those 2, plus his Kopesh, so it's dice +4. It's a fumble, 1. Is his Kopesh going to be used on another one? No. Okay, so we're now back to Scotland Yard. He's going to try and assault him. It's dice +2. Our Imhotep also has erudite wit. Yep, so he cancels out one of those, so it's dice +1. 8, it's not going to be enough to break his armour of 13. So that looks like all of our assaults for turn 4 done. Not looking too good so far for Scotland Yard. So turn 5, initiative. Oh, it's not good, it's the Servants of Ra. Okay, well obviously the first thing I'm going to try and do is try and get this guy back to the centre of the board, which they shall be able to do easily. So he'll get back to the board edge with the treasure. That's just a normal move. This guy here is going to try and search the treasure, so anything 8, 9 or 10, anything but 8, 9 or 10, he finds some. Going to try and get this guy up off the ground, which we do not on a roll of 5. He stays on the ground. This guy here is going to move up a little bit, less than 3 inches to here. Hopefully we can get a shot off on that guy, kill him. We shall try and get this guy up off the ground, which we do not, unfortunately. Our detective here is going to assault Imhotep. Imhotep will fight him back. This guy will stay exactly where he is, so that's everybody there done. This guy here is going to try and charge that second constable. He's well within range, so he does. We're going to try and get this guy up off the ground, which we can't, it's no good. So this guy's simply going to step back a little bit and try and take a shot at him in his next turn. So that looks like it's movement. We've got one more chap over on top of here. He's going to try and move a couple of inches forward. There we go, that's movement turn 5. So here we go, shooting turn 5, it's the Servants of Ra. This guy here is going to try and shoot the constable on the ground, so he has no shooting value. He gets +1 from the pistol and +2 because this guy's down, so it's dice +3. 9 + 3 is 12, it's certainly good enough. This guy here needs to pass a pluck test, which he does, he's fine, not a problem. Lucky, lucky man. This constable here is going to try and shoot this guy here. He has an 18-inch range, so he is in range. He hasn't moved at all, but our friend over here has, so it's -2. This guy, however, has shooting value 1, plus his rifle of 2, so that cancels out the -2 in a straight-up dice. 8 is going to be enough to penetrate this guy's armour. Good old change here, so this guy needs to pass a pluck test, which he doesn't. He gets killed. Oh no. Poor servants of Ra. Almost home. Almost home. It's no good. Okay, so the situation is looking grim. No other shooting anywhere for servants of Ra. No, so we'll go back to Scotland Yard. This constable here is going to try and shoot this guy here. So he has shooting value 1, +1 for his pistol. This guy moved, so that cancels those out. And it's a group fight, so it's dice -4. Need a natural 10. No, it's no good, so who do we hit? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We hit this guy here at dice +2. 5, 6, 7, it's not going to be enough. So this guy's shot should have grouped fire. This guy here will shoot at the chap on the ground. So he has a shooting value of +2, plus his pistol +3. This guy's on the ground, so +2, so dice +5. 3 + 5 is 8. It's enough to break this guy's armour. We need to roll, yep, 5. He has a pluck of 6, so this guy's dead. Any other shooting over here? We've got one more shot, I suppose. This guy here is going to shoot at our good friend here on the ground. So he hasn't moved, so it's straight dice plus his shooting value plus his carbine. This guy's on the ground, so it's +2, dice +4. 7 equals his armour. It's enough. This guy needs to take a pluck test and beat it, which he doesn't, so he dies. It is not looking good now for the servants of Ra. That's the shooting phase of turn 5. Let's move on to the assaults. So turn 5, assaults, it was so close. Servants of Ra have the initiative. Not many options available for us at this point. I'm not sure what's happening here with this combat, so I'm going to split it off. I can't quite remember. I haven't put enough tokens down. Anyway, so let's do this combat here. First, he's going to fight the sergeant, 2 leaders head-to-head, crunching it off. So dice plus his fighting value of 4, plus his capesh of 2, it's dice +6, minus this guy's erudite wit, so that's -1. So it's dice +5. 14, that's certainly enough to get through his Faraday coat. He needs to pass a pluck of 2+. Oh, 1! It's so not good for Scotland Yard, he dies. Oh no, poor Scotland Yard. It's no good. Alright, this combat's done. This constable's not very happy. He's going to try and smash this dude back. He's got a fighting value of 1. His electric trudging gives him another +1, so it's dice +2. 5 is not going to be enough to get through this guy's coat. He's going to try and smash him back. He's carrying a club, that's it. It's dice +1. 3 + 1 is 4. It's not going to be enough to get through that guy's coat. Right. No other combats anywhere. That's it. End of turn 5. On to turn 6. Oh, it's changed so much. Okay, turn 6. Servants of Ra have the initiative. This guy here is going to try and run back here. He needs to get over the fence here, so I'm going to say it's going to take -2 inches. So he can move 7. Back to here. That's a big run for him. We're going to try and get this guy up off the ground. This could be critical. Oh, we don't. He fails. You clumsy, clumsy man. All right, servants of Ra. He's going to assault the constable. The constable's going to assault him back. This guy's going to try and break away from combat. So he can do that if he passes a pluck test. It's cocked. He doesn't, so he has to stay in combat with that guy there, which he will do. This guy here, Scotland Yard has some treasure, so he's going to try and bolt back here. He can move 6 and then an extra 3 to run. So he'll get all the way to here. We're going to try and get this guy off the ground. He'll do that on 6 or more. He does. And now he will engage this guy. This guy's not too happy about that. We know we need to kill this guy, so we'll move this guy in to assault him also. This guy knows he needs to do something about that chap there, so he's going to try and move a little bit out this way to get a bead on him. Do that here. It's just a regular move. And that's all of our movements done. So turn 6, shooting. Servants of Ra have the initiative, but there's not many options for them to do any shooting. Oh, I always forget about this guy's special ability. To mesmerise. We can't, there's nothing they can do, we have to pass it to Scotland Yard. Okay, so Scotland Yard, we have a clear shot from this guy to this guy here. He is within range, so it's dice, +1 for the shooting value, +1 for his rifle, -3 because this guy ran. I will give him a point of cover for that tree. It's not a clear shot, so it's dice -2. 9, -2 is 7. It's enough to penetrate this guy's armour. Does he pass or does he die? He passes, he goes down. That could have stopped these guys, the Servants of Ra, from winning the victory. Alright, no other shooting for Servants of Ra. There's nothing they can do about it, so let's go to these guys over here. This constable's going to try and shoot this guy. It's dice, excuse me, +2. -4 because it's a group fight, so dice -2. 6, it's not enough. So who does he hit? 1 to 5, 6 to 10. Hits this guy, it's dice +1, dice +2. 8, 10, it's enough. This guy needs to pass that pluck test, which he does. He goes down. It's intense. These guys do not have pistols, so they can't shoot. That's the end of the shooting phase for turn 6. Assaults. Okay, what have we got up here? Servants of Ra. Okay, this guy here's going to smash this guy with the treasure. So it's dice +1 for the club, and that's about it. That's going to be enough. That's 9 to get through his lined coat. So he needs to pass a pluck test of a 5 or more, which he does when he goes down. This guy, Scotland Yard, the branch constable, is going to try and smash this cultist here. He has a fighting value of +1, and he has his trudgeon, so it's +2. So dice +2. 7, 8, 9. It's enough to get through that guy's crappy little coat, and -1 for the electric trudgeon to his pluck value. It's dice -1, 6. It's enough to knock him down. Imhotep's going to try and smash this guy. It's going to be easy, dice +6. It's a natural 10. It's a success. This guy is dice roll -2. No, he's dead. And that looks like all the top assaults for turn 6. Turn 7, second to last turn of the game. Initiative. It's a draw. Will Scotland Yard have it this time? Okay. This guy here's going to grab this treasure here and make a bolt for the centre of the table. He's going to get there on just a normal move. We're going to try and get this guy up here for Servants of Ra. That's a 9, so we get him up, and we will engage this guy in combat. We're going to try and get this guy up here for Scotland Yard, which we do. Brilliant, and he'll engage this guy in combat. Servants of Ra, try and get this guy up. He'll get up on a 6 or more. He does. And he will get to his treasure. Our Scotland Yard, our constable over here, he doesn't like that, so he's going to take a couple of inches forward. It's just a regular move. Try and get our poor chap here off of the ground, which we don't. We'll try and get this guy up for Scotland Yard, which we don't. He stays down on the ground too. We are going to try and use Imhotep here to mesmerise this sergeant here to fight this guy over here, right now. So 12 inches, he's in range. He needs to pass a pluck test to be able to do this. It's a 2 or more, which is successful. This guy can resist it on a pluck test of 5 or more, which he can't. So this guy now, under the influence of Imhotep, will come around and attack this guy. And he'll attack him with a fighting value of +1, an electric trudgeon of +2. That's dice +2. 4, it's not enough. Lucky. This guy counts as having had his turn. Imhotep now is going to try and run into combat to this guy here. 9 inches will get him there. That's it. That's all of the movement for turn 7. Turn 7, shooting. Scotland Yard has the initiative. They are going to try and shoot this guy here. He's within range, so he hasn't moved far enough for a penalty, so it's straight dice, plus shooting value, plus rifle, so it's dice +2. This guy has moved, so it's -2, straight up dice. 3 is not going to be enough to penetrate this guy's armour, and I think at this point we can say that the Servants of Ra are going to win it. Okay, so shooting for these guys here. This guy's had his full turn. He's going to try and have a shot on this guy here. It's a failure. Excuse me. That's it for the shooting phase. Okay, Scotland Yard assaults. Alright, well, it's fairly easy. There's only one of them over here. This guy's attacked his own man, and his turn is now completely finished, thanks to the mesmerisation. So this guy here is going to try and attack back the cultist. He's got a trudgeon, fighting value of 1, so it's dice +2. It's a natural 10, it's a success. This guy needs to pass his pluck. 8 minus 1 is 7. He's okay, but he goes down. Servants of Ra will now fight. Imhotep's going to smash this guy here. He's got no one else to fight, so he's going to use all 4 fighting value, plus his 2 for his Kopesh, so it's dice +6. 4 plus 6 is 10, that's enough. This guy here, his pluck roll -2, 4 minus 2 is 2, he's dead. Swings and roundabouts, swings and roundabouts. That is the end of the assault phase. There is nothing left, and the Servants of Ra, at the end of the 7th turn, have somebody at their centre starting edge with some treasure. Wow, what a game.